Hello guys, and welcome back to another cold episode. On today's episode, we are back with some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links action, and as you could tell by the title and the thumbnail, we are here playing Harpies. There they are. Now, Harpies are kind of interesting. They're from the newest box, which is great, but also, this was a format that everyone was like, alright, there's two decks, that's it. Right? And Harpies came in and were like, excuse me, we can now be played. And so the format kind of changed due to this new box. Not specifically due to Harpies, due to FA Mac degeneracy with level augmentation. But it's still pretty interesting that Harpie ladies were able to squeeze their way in. And I mean, they're pretty fun. So, real quick, let's talk about the skill. Skill, tie that binds, really important. It allows you to get over blue eyes with the standard combo that you're able to do. Any blue eyes card, because you boost up to 3100 with your Cyber Slash Harpie Lady and your Harpie Lady 1, right? You could also play things like Harpie's Hunting Ground or level augmentation for different reasons, but most of the time it's not worth it. There tends to be a downside more so than an upside. So tie that binds, just pretty consistent, able to get over blue eyes, which is really important right now. Yeah, that's basically it. Now, for the back row, real quick, I am playing Book of Moon, I am playing Lance, and I am playing Swallow's Nest. All of these are pretty expensive, and if you don't have them, the other way to play the deck is more of a control-focused deck with a lot of traps like Floodgate, Fiendish Chain, and Paleozoic. Specifically traps that can be activated when your opponent summons a monster. So yeah, anything like that that can be activated to disrupt their plays on the summon is probably good. Something like Forbidden Chalice is pretty good as well. But mostly you're going to want to focus on quick play spells, because spells can be activated on your turn, which is very important to meet the conditions for Cyber Slash Harpie Lady. We'll get into that in a second. So play quick plays if you have them. If you don't, switch away from all of the quick plays and go solely into control style with traps. That's the best way I can give it. Now, real quick, the combo. Channeler, you could discard a card in order to summon a Harpie Lady. Or just any Harpie card, I should say. Right? Special summon it in face-up defense position. Now, you can either go for Harpist or Perfumer. Technically, you can go for Harpie Lady, but it's not the best play. Because the only target... Sorry. We'll get into that in a second. Perfumer is good because it grabs up any one of these cards, which allow you to either special summon or draw. That's pretty good. Harpist, when it's sent to the graveyard during the end phase, you can search any of these cards, except for, I think, Harpist. So, any of the monsters can be searched. That's really good for a follow-up play. You could grab another Channeler. You could grab another Perfumer. Also, if you have 3 Channeler and 3 Perfumer, play them. Take out a Harpist. Play multiples. The consistency of the deck is lacking. That's why I'm playing the second Harpist. Because you just need more monsters. 9 is preferable. You can make it work with 8. But definitely if you have 3, play 3 of the Channeler, play 3 of the Perfumer. Harpist, not so much. You kind of only need the 1 of. So, there you go. Alright. Perfumer will grab your Egotist. Egotist allows you to summon a Harpie Lady from the deck. But only this one. So, do keep that in mind. You have to make sure that you have a target for your Egotist if you grab it. We're only playing 2, you only need 2, and we're only playing 2 Egotists, you only need 2 Egotists. There you go. This one returns cards in order to draw a card. Now, if you have a level 5 or higher Harpie monster, you can draw 2 cards instead of 1. But, keep in mind, you can only special summon wind monsters for the rest of this turn. Which means, you're only going to be able to special summon Cyber Slash Harpie Lady or Emerald from the extra deck. It kind of comes up, but most of the time it doesn't, because most of the time you're just going to go into Cyber Slash. So, there's that. Now, why do we want to go into this? because it says when you activate, or when anyone activates a spell or trap card, once per turn, you can return a monster on the field to the hand, right? Doesn't matter who controls it, just return a monster to the hand. Okay? Pretty good. Really good, actually. And that's why we're playing a whole bunch of quick play spells, so that we can interrupt the opponent on our turn, right? If we're playing traps, you kind of can't do that unless you're going first and you've already set the traps. So that's why quick plays are a little bit better, right? And then it's just a 2600 body. Other than that, it's really nice. Any of these can be used as a tuner for the summon of this. So basically, as soon as you summon up any 2 of these, you're able to summon up the Cyber/Harpie Lady. But with this, it is very specifically when a spell or trap is activated, you can. So because of the fact that it says when you can, means you have to have your toggle on, otherwise you will miss it and it won't activate. Which means when you activate something like your Elegant Egotist, or your Harpie's Feather Rest, or a Lance, or a Book of Moon, or something like that, when this thing is already out, you have to have your toggle on, or you will not be able to chain to it and return a monster. So do keep that in mind. You're going to have to switch your toggle to on for a lot of this. Don't always keep it on, because that runs down the time a lot, but remember to switch it on. That's basically it. Bunch of standard XZs. The Lightning Vortex is to deal with FA Mach. This is to deal with Saber Dancer, the Luna Light Saber Dancer. But that's basically it. It's just techs for different matchups. Let's hop into some replays and I can show you how this deck really works. Alright, so here we are up against Seto Kaiba. Pretty nice. We get to go first, which means we get to set up the board. And of course, we're playing against Ultimate Dragons, which means we're playing Blue Eyes. But here we go. Harpie Channeler. We discard a Harpie card in order to go into Perfumer. Perfumer is going to add. This is really greedy from me. Harpie's Feather Rest. I know I'm going up against Blue Eyes, but I'm like, I'm going first. So instead of setting up with the Harpie Lady 1 extra to go for a 2900 monster, the 2900 doesn't really matter, especially since I have 2 Lance. So instead, I'm like, I'm going to draw more and see if I can get some more back row or something like that to deal with whatever Blue Eyes throws at me. So we're going to go into the Harpie Lady. We're going to activate Harpie's Feather Rest. We're going to return the 3 cards. So that means that our Harpie Lady Harpist doesn't get to activate. So do keep that in mind. If you return it, it's not going to activate. It has to be in the graveyard during the end phase. So there's that. We ended up drawing into a Channeler and a Harpie Lady. So pretty interesting. Now, he's going to do his standard Blue Eyes. He's going to activate Ancient Rules. And as he does that, I have my chain on. I click the toggle on, and I go, return that to the deck, or return that to the hand. I don't want you synchro summoning at all. Synchro summoning is very dangerous for us. So we're just going to return that to the deck. You can get your Blue Eyes because I have 2 Forbidden Lance. I can Forbidden Lance in the damage step, make him run into me, and get rid of it. He takes 400, right? So, I still have a Forbidden Lance set. I'm going to go for Channeler. He flips up his Treacherous. Now, I have a very important decision. Do I save the Harpie Ladies, the Slash, or do I save the Harpie Channeler? The correct answer is Channeler. The reason for this is because Channeler gives you lethal. I'll show you. You discard a card, you go to Perfumer. Perfumer allows you to add Egotist, right? Now, we synchro into our Cyber/Harpie Lady, then we go for the Elegant Egotist to summon from the deck the Harpie Lady 1. Activate Tie That Binds, it's not necessary, but we do have lethal there. Whereas if I were to keep the Cyber/, it wouldn't stay alive. Or, well, it wouldn't be lethal, I should say. And most likely with the 3 extra cards in hand, one of them being that oh-so-great Sage, and we also know that he has the egg, it wouldn't be great. So, there you go. Do keep in mind how you use your lance, right? Now here we are up against Odeon, which means we're playing against traps. That's always what it is. It's always going to be traps. That's just how life is with Odeon. Okay? So, we actually draw an okay hand. Granted, we're going first, so it's pretty bad. We're going to go for Perfumer. We're going to grab up that Elegant Egotist. We're going to go for Elegant Egotist. We're going to Synchro Summon. After that, we're going to go into the Slash Dragon. Or Slash Dragon. Cyber Slash Harpie Lady. And we're just going to pass, because we don't really have much else. However, it's Shiranui. With no traps. Meaning he most likely bricked. And there's a bunch of monsters in his hand. He sends the Spectral Sword. Okay. And then he's got the Samurai Skull. So, kind of interesting. I'm going to go for the Harpie Lady one. And I'm just going to swing in. I don't really want to commit to anything. And I can't even activate my Harpie's Feather Rest. So, Harpie Lady 1 is kind of the best option. He's going to go for a Gozuki. He didn't even use his Samurai Skull ability. He couldn't. All of his monsters are in his hand. I know this at this point because there was no effect. There was no even option for him to activate Samurai Skull. Okay? So, with that, he's going to go through his motions. He's going to grab up the Archfiend. He's going to go to a Coral Dragon, which I thought was really rather odd. He's going to activate Gozuki, and he's going to summon up that Spectral Sword. I'm going to activate Tretch right there, and I'm going to return a card to the hand and pop his Coral Dragon. So, the reason I decided to return the Spectral Sword to the hand and destroy the Coral Dragon is because I don't want him to have a tuner at all, right? Now, granted, I couldn't destroy the zombie, so I had to return it to the hand due to this guy's effect, right? But now he's got 2 cards that he can set. Fantastic. Actually, turns out he did have a card he could set previously, just chose not to. Rather interesting. But now, due to the Harpie Lady going to the graveyard, we are able to utilize the Harpie's Feather Rest and our Harpie slash Cyber Slash Harpie Lady. Jeez and crow. We can return his Synchro and cycle for more cards. We're going to just normal summon there. We are going to... Okay, this is really complicated. I knew one of those was a Drowning Mirror Force. There was no delay at all whatsoever. And I was like, okay, so these are battle traps. So, he activates his Drowning Mirror Force. Okay, we're going to tribute off the Harpist to summon up a Perfumer. Perfumer is going to activate. We're going to grab an Elegant Egotist. We're still in the battle phase. We can't activate Elegant Egotist. But we were able to summon it in defense position so that we were able to keep it on the field through the Drowning Mirror Force. So now we can activate our second Swallow's Nest. He has to respond to it. And we get flipped face down after we summon up the Harpie Lady. Now, Harpist is going to activate in order to grab ourselves the Channeler, which is pretty nice. Now, of course, he's going to activate. He's going to go for Gozuki. He's going to go back into the Archfiend. He's going to go for Samurai Skull. He's going to dump another Spectral Sword. He's going to get in for an extra 25. We are down to 600 life points. This is a really close game. He's going to activate Paleozoic Canadia, and off the top, we were able to draw the Lance to keep our Channeler alive. This means straight up lethal. Why? Because we already have an Elegant Egotist in hand. I don't know if we have a target. We should have a target. Yeah, because we still have the Harpie Lady in hand. But we are able to go into Cyber Slash Harpie Lady. Then we're going to spin back the Zombie Skull. Pretty great. We're going to set this to defense position because we have almost no life points. And if he has an out, like a Sphere Karibo or something like that, we're kind of doomed. So, we swing in. Bada bing, bada boom. We are able to take it. That was a really close game. And it shows you just how resilient this deck is. We went through several Cyber Slash that game. We recycled multiple of the Harpie Ladies. We recycled, the Perfumer. We got multiple effects of that off. And it shows you that in a grind game, this is really good. So, let's quickly talk about the deck. So, I forgot to film an outro. Because... well, you could probably tell by the fact that I'm wearing different clothes. But, real quick, let's talk about this deck. It's super fun. It's one of the most fun decks that I've played since Ritual Beasts, as I think I mentioned previously. It's super recursive, which is nice, especially since the metagame has kind of shifted to more of a control style. Being able to continuously continuously add cards and generate more card advantage is really nice. It means all of your draws tend to be pretty valuable, and most of your searches tend to be exactly what you need, right? So, I like the deck. I think it's super fun. It utilizes weird synchro mechanic as well as the XZs. It has answers to a lot of the metagame. It's not the best. It's no Blue Eyes or Dark Lords, but it's really fun. Anyway, I hope that you guys did indeed enjoy this. If you did, a like is very much appreciated. And if you want to check out more content like this, as well as more Duel Links, then just be sure to subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and remember to always stay frosty. Bye-bye.